Hello, my name is Sandra, and welcome to my channel From Black to Legacy. On this channel, we're all things money, investing, mindset, and a little travel because the sisters out here in the world moving around. And so, oh wait, that's my YouTube tab giving me a little feedback.
I know,
Hey
I
Rita,
just heard that, yeah.
yeah, if you got it on, Lyra, go ahead and turn it off, because it'll give us feedback. If this is your first time here, welcome, welcome, welcome. First of all, I have been away for it feels like an eternity. So I'm surprised with anybody in the chat besides me, Lyra, and my son. But if you are here, thank you. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Don't forget, please hit the like, subscribe, and the share button. It's absolutely free. It costs you nothing. If you want to support a growing YouTube channel, that's the easiest way. If you've been here before, welcome back. My son is moderating the chat tonight. Hey, Mara Love. I wasn't sure if our Mara Love was going to be here tonight. Hey, Marilyn. So we've got two moderators tonight, and you all listen. Since the election, I'm just saying things have kind of quieted down. But that first couple of lives after the election, oh, the trolls were out. The Caucasian males were on fire, and they were showing up in the chat telling Black women everything that was on their mind. So we started out, I want to say 2 lives ago, using 2 moderators. Y'all, I got all kind of stuff going on. First of all, if y'all hear this washing machine in the background scooting across the floor, that's what it is. But so we've got 2 moderators. You all know Mara Love. If you have a question, put 3 Q's in front of your question, and we are going to be more than happy to answer your questions. If you have been here before, again, welcome, Francis. Hey, Rita. Hey, everybody. We got 11 folks watching. Y'all say hi in the chat. Don't be shy. Don't be a stranger. And please don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and share. Hey, Elle. Today, without further ado, I'm going to allow my guest today to introduce herself, but this is my travel sister, Lera. We met in Thailand. I want to say the first day. I think we met our very first day that we both arrived, or it was very close to that. So Lera has been a dear, an absolute dear to me. And I'm going to get out the way and let Lera introduce herself, and then we'll get into it tonight, talking about where is it easier to matriculate to? Is it easier to move to Thailand, or is it easier to move to Malaysia? Lera, take it away.
Good morning. No, good evening. It's morning for us over on this side of the world. Hi, my name is Lera, and I've been living here in Thailand for the last year, a year and 2 months or something like that. Like Sandra said, we got here around the same time. We met at a supermarket, try to get the essentials. So yeah, I'm here with my husband and I and our 2 dogs. We moved from Tanzania. We spent almost 4 years in Tanzania, and we decided to move to Thailand, which was our initial option to move, but then we wanted to try the motherland, so we did that. So now we are here, living the good life. I'm so glad that I moved from Tanzania to Thailand. Love, love, love Tanzania. However, I am so happy to be here, living the good life, living the soft life, the easy life. So yeah, thank you guys. Thank you, Sandra, for having me. I'm so happy to be on here.
And Lera, tell the people what your new venture is.
Oh, so with my experience, with me being here in Thailand, with me being in Tanzania, just helping people move abroad, giving people the information that they need to make the right move or make the move a little bit easier. I am here. I'm your girl here in Thailand now. If you guys need any help, any direction, I have my you can reach me on my YouTube channel.
I'll run it across the bottom for you. Don't worry, I got you.
Okay. And yeah, I'm here to help. To just send me an email, let me know where I can help, what your needs are, and I'm willing to be here to help you guys. So I'm your new move abroad consultant here in Thailand.
Yes, y'all already know I dip my toe in the water. First of all, let me tell you something. If God give you a mission, stay in your lane. Early on, y'all know I started doing this financial literacy community. I started hosting about 3 years ago. It's going on 3 years. But because I have moved around and bounced around, started in Mexico, I did the whole Southeast Asian thing. I spent some time in Spain, spent some time in Europe. I figured, well, why don't I just share my expertise with everybody? Why don't I just take under this umbrella of From Lack to Legacy, move abroad support specialist? Child, let me tell you, I did that for like 2 months. It is not my ministry. God whooped my butt so fast. He was like, didn't I tell you what to do? I gave you an assignment. Your assignment is to talk about money and finances and help folks get their money straight, get their money mindset and get.
Oop, we have a lot. Ooh, is it me?
Hold tight. Hold tight. I'm saying hold tight. Hold tight. You still there, Lera?
I'm here.
I don't think it's you. I think it's me.
Okay.
Yes, I'm pretty sure it's me. I'm in a new spot, you all, and I never tested this internet, so we ain't gonna waste no time. We getting right to it. We're gonna tell everything we gotta tell quick, fast, and in a hurry, because I do not know how long this internet is gonna last. So y'all, here's the deal. Move abroad specialist is not my ministry. Lera and I just happened to be talking, and she wanted to do this kind of work. And so I'm like, are you kidding me? God in his divine wisdom and just the way he moves, put us together again. And Lera expressed to me her desire to do this because she'd been doing it all along. And I was like, Lera, I don't want to do this work. And plus, I'm leaving Thailand. And I know that it would have been so helpful to have somebody on the receiving end to kind of help get me started. It can make all the difference in your experience. And so Lera is so very modest, y'all. Lera has lived in many places. And so she's the girl on the ground in Chiang Mai. If you're thinking about, and not just Chiang Mai, but all of Thailand, because the visa rules apply, they're all the same. And so, yeah, we're not going to even hold y'all. Hey, Marilyn. Oh, hey, Demirs. Hey, Yvette. Hey, welcome, Angela. Hey, Anita. All the girls are here. Hey, Michelle. The gang's all here. So let's without further ado, I'm not gonna even hold y'all. Y'all know that's not how we roll. The title was which country is easier to matriculate, which one is easier to get settled in. Let me help y'all right out the gate. Thailand, because I have been here 15 days. And when I tell y'all, it has been very difficult. Hi, I think that's Island. I don't know, Islands A. Hello, hey Sabrina. Hey everybody. Come on in, y'all. Like, subscribe, share the channel. Go check out. I'm running Lera's YouTube channel across the bottom. Please make sure that you go and subscribe to Lera's YouTube channel. It's global rooted. And Lera is our special guest today. She's a move abroad support consultant. So if you are considering moving to Thailand, Chiang Mai in particular, Lera is the girl you need to check out because she's going to make your life a whole lot easier. Yeah. So Lera, why don't you go ahead and share with the people why we got a decent internet connection, what your service is, what you do, and how can you help folks get situated?
So basically, I am your girl here in Thailand. I say specifically to Chiang Mai, but what we do here in Chiang Mai applies to Thailand, period. All the visas, most of the places that you live is kind of like the same. So any information that you need, I'm concerned in Thailand. I'm your girl. I do hold your hands. If that's what you want, I can help you from the beginning to you landing here in Thailand and having a short-term place to live and helping you along to find a long-term solution to your home. So anything from moving, or if you're just coming to visit, I'm here. I'm your girl.
Lera, let's talk about the different visa types that are available, because in my research, I'll kind of cover what's happening over here in Malaysia. I came across at least 10 different visa types, and I'll roll through those if anybody is interested in coming to Malaysia. But can you get us started and talk about the different visa types that are available in Thailand? How might somebody, if you're interested in coming for a short-term visit, or if you're interested in coming long-term, what can they do, Lera?
Okay, so for the short-term visit, let's talk about that first. If you're holding an American passport, I am not 100% sure about the British passport, but I know that they get 60 days, but I'm not sure. So I'm going to speak of the American passport. If you're holding an American passport, you can come to Thailand visa-free. However, it used to be that you just enter and you get your visa, but now you have to let them know that you're coming ahead. So you just go online, you fill out a form, you'll be coming, and then they send you an email confirmation. You're fine. And that is a 60-day visa. When you enter, so the no entry is not a visa, it's just no entry to Thailand. When you enter, you get a 60-day stamp to stay here. You can extend that 60-day, after that 60-day, you can extend for 30 days. After you do your first extension, it is, how much is the extension? I think it's like $50 to extend for the 30 days. After that extension, you can do a border run, or you can, within that 30 days, you can decide what visa you want to go with, if you want to stay, long term. So the next, the visas that they're the best visa I would say from here is the DTV visa. You and I spoke a little bit about that. The DTV visa is digital nomad visa. So now you can apply for that outside of Thailand. It's between 10,000 to 13,000 baht, which is about $300 to $400. You can apply for that there outside of Thailand. Once you get approved, it's an easy process. You just have to show that you're a digital nomad, or you're coming to Thailand for medical or for a cooking class or something that you're coming to do. You get a 5-year visa. You can stay in Thailand for 180 days. You don't have to do the back and forth, the visa run, the border runs. And you stay here for 180 days, that's 6 months, right? Yep. Then you go to Malaysia, you visit somebody in Malaysia, you come, then you come back and you do another 160 days, you got your first year. And then you do the same thing every 6 months for the DTV visa. Or if you are 50 and over, let me just back up a little bit. When we got here last year, we applied we did the retirement visa. The retirement visa is a little bit, it's not expensive, but you have to have your money in your bank. So I think it's it's 20,000 baht. No, sorry, 26,000 USD, 800,000 baht. You have to have in your account in order for you to apply for the retirement visa. If you left your home country without applying for one of the visa, which is based on your retirement amount. So that's 2 of the visas, retirement, DTV. Then we have the educational visa that you can come here, go to school and apply for the educational visa. And the elite visa is another expensive visa. So there are several visas that you can use while you are here. And then under the education visa, there's a lot of umbrellas that you can use your visa. You can get a visa to do classes, Thai cooking, different visas. So there's a lot of options as far as visa is concerned here. But I can go to that in more detail with anyone who wants to know more about it. I can go into more details with that.
The same is true pretty much for Malaysia, but I would say it's a little more difficult. I think the initial tourist visa For Malaysia, you get 90 days. So it's a little bit different there. In Thailand, you get the initial 60, then you can extend for 30 for a total of 90. Well, right off the bat, if you have an American passport, you can get 90 days. Again, just like Lera said, with the Thailand visa, you have to apply online. For Malaysia, it's the it's the Malaysia approval card. And so it's MAC, it might be MACD. But at any rate, you go to the website. I'll put the website down in the description box. It's very simple. You just put in your travel plans, your name, passport information, and it'll give you an email confirmation that you can come to Malaysia. You can stay 90 days, and you can only apply for that 3 days before your intended travel date. So if you're traveling, let's say on the 5th, you apply on the 2nd. You wouldn't be able to apply any earlier in advance, and it's absolutely free. So you get those 90 days. And again, this is my first time, but I am sure you probably just need to leave the country. You can exit, stay away for a while, call it a visa run or a border run, and then you can re-enter the country. I do find, however, that Malaysia feels, because you all know this is my first time, Malaysia feels a little more restrictive. Like, I don't know how many times you're going to be able to do that border run and keep running back into Malaysia, but I will find out. But that is one way to definitely get 90 days. And within those 90 days, if you're interested in staying long term, that will give you plenty of time to discover all the other visa types. So I'm just going to go through them. I'm not going to go through them in depth, but I'll tell you what they are. Malaysia has an employment pass. And that, of course, is if you're hired by a Malaysian company. It requires, like, if you have some specialized skills, and you can stay 1 to 5 years with that. They have a professional visa. That's for foreign professionals providing short-term services in Malaysia, and that's up to 12 months, and that's not renewable. They have a dependent pass. Well, of course, if you got children, you can bring your kids with you. But I think the most popular visa now that you hear so much about is Malaysia, my second home. It's the MM2H visa. But personally, this one is, I think it's pretty difficult. I won't say it's difficult. Let me just say it's for retirees who are seeking long-term residency. It gives you 5 to 10 years. It's renewable. You can stay, between 5 to 10 years. So it's a long-term visa. And you better your chances of getting it if you're willing to buy property, if you're willing to invest. But there is a sizable income requirement for that. And so I won't even go into the numbers. But when I looked at it, it wasn't attractive to me. I'm like, yeah, there's some investment requirements that go along with that. I think both countries have a student visa. That's just what it is. If you're enrolled in classes at the university level here, and generally you can stay the length of your study, whatever your program is. There's a resident pass talent. Again, for Malaysia, this has to do with highly skilled labor, because nobody wants, foreigners coming into their country, taking jobs from Malay people. So if you have a highly skilled, you've got some, whatever it is, some technical skill that they can't find somebody else to do that job, and you're the only person who can do it, then you can use that. It's called a resident pass talent. So you come in because you're the only person who can do that. A spouse visa, you already know how that goes. And trust me, I am not above marrying a taxi driver. What you say, sir? You be good to me, I'll be good to you. But there's a spouse visa, and it's between 1 to 5 years. It's renewable. You are eligible to work without needing additional permits. So, and we talked about the tourist visa, and then the last two are like business visas. So if you start a business here, or let me not start a business. If you're here exploring business opportunities, they give you 30 to 90 days. That's a short term. Yeah. And then there is a digital nomad visa. I'm thinking about that one. It's for remote workers, freelancers, and digital entrepreneurs. It's 12 months long. It's renewable. And then there's an investor visa. Of course, if you're going to invest money in the country, they're going to let you come. So those are, I want to say there are about 10 different types of visas that you can apply for in Malaysia. And so we got a question. It says, can you apply for the retirement visa in Thailand, or do you have to apply for it in your home country? Lera, I'll let you take it.
So there are two different retirement visa. I would encourage anyone that's deciding to come here to apply. You can apply for the one from home. That one is in your retirement base. So basically, you have to make you have to be bringing in a certain amount of money, and you have to show that to them. So you can, and also you have to have a certain amount in insurance, medical insurance, in order for you to get that one. Now you can apply for the one here. Once you get here, you get you come in on your visa, and after, once you get here, once we got here, I think we started, I was like 30 days after. So by the time our 90 days was up, we already had that visa. It was not a difficult process. The one online, when you apply before you get here, is not a difficult process, but it's just that you need to have so many different things. And one of the things that we needed to have, we was in Tanzania at the time, and we needed to get our marriage certificate translate and notarize in order for us to apply for it as a husband and wife. So we just decided we're not going to do that. So to answer your question, yes, you can apply for the one. You can apply for a retirement visa outside, but it's just a little bit more paperwork that you need.
Yeah, and our friend there, Brendetta, she applied for her retirement visa in the country while she was in Thailand. She started the process in Thailand. So if you are in Thailand, you can start the process of your retirement visa. The only one that I know that you can't start in the country is the DTV. You can't start the digital nomad visa. You cannot apply from within Thailand. You have to be outside of Thailand to apply for the DTV. But if I am not mistaken, and B might be done now. B applied for her retirement visa while she was in Thailand. So, yep. Either way, Lera, did you want to say something?
No, I was saying with Brendetta, the person that the application that she went through was a very simple, easy process, and she already got it right, and the person was recommended by myself.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Somebody says, what neighborhoods would you recommend in Chiang Mai? I have some of my favorites. Lera, what do you say?
What's your favorite? No, tell me what's your favorite.
I like Nimin. I think a lot of I love Nimin. Nimin for me is the best. It's a great mix because everybody lives there. You will have expats there. And if you are not like smack dab in the middle of Nimin, which would be centered near it's Maya Mall. If you aren't right there, if you're just like on the outskirts of Nimin, you will also be living with some local people. Like my building was right on it was like, I wouldn't even say it was Nimin adjacent. I was like on the ferry rim. So I could walk to the mall. I could walk to all of the bars, restaurants, like I was talking to bars, but restaurants, the mall, grocery store, everything. But I was very close to Chiang Mai University as well. So there weren't a lot of expats in my building. There's maybe a handful of expats in my building and more local. So it was a great balance. I like Nimin. I know a lot of other expats like to live near or around the old city. I don't care for old city. I feel like it's almost too touristy. So those are the two neighborhoods that I'm familiar with. And if you want to be around expats, yeah, those are good. But I say Nimin, if you get on the outskirts of Nimin, you'll get a more balanced kind of demographic. Lera, what do you think?
Actually, you said, as the person said, as a guest. So I would say Nimin as a guest. You have all the touristy things all the touristy things there, but she also said outside of the core tourist area. I would say I live right now in Hangdang. That's what you say? Hangdang? I live in Hangdang right now, right outside of Kad Pharang. I don't know if you ever heard of Kad Pharang. So I'm 5 minutes from Kad Pharang. So I'm always meeting up with expats in that area. We are not downtown. We are like 25 minutes from where Sandra was talking about just now. I also lived in Marion when I first came because we have two dogs. So we have to live like in the outskirts where the dogs will have places to run around. So, but Hong Kong is a nice place to live. It has a lot of international schools here, so we have a lot of expats in that area here. There's a lot of things to do as far as tourism things, and it's not far from the central tourism area that you can go to 20 minutes, 25 minutes ride in a car.
Lyra, can
So
you put those in the chat? Because I know the spelling is gonna kill everybody, let alone the pronunciation of these places. So I'll keep this going. If you could just type those up and put those
I can't.
neighborhoods.
I don't
I'll
know how
put
to connect. I don't know how to connect to the chat.
you yeah, Lyra, just look around. Or if you have it on your phone, if you have YouTube on your phone, you can go into the chat that way. It
Okay,
should
okay,
say
okay.
comments. Like if you're looking in your StreamYard, it should say comments on the top at the top, and
I
you can
see
put
comments, but then it's asking me to join the chat. I don't know how to do that, girl. You know I'm not technical.
okay, listen, then we will come back after this stream and put those. I put Nimen in the chat because I know Nimen, and then I'll do Old City. That's another neighborhood where you might, you know, it's beautiful. It's just, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. The reason I don't like Old City is because it's a lot of backpackers there.
Hand down. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
It's a lot of backpackers there. You know, I be trying to avoid the whole backpacking thing. So that's not my vibe. So I avoid it. I like to go down to Old City to get a massage, have a meal, meet friends, go to see some temples. It's very, I don't know, it's very authentically Thai. Everything you see down there, you know, Thailand is just like that. But those are my two. Here's another question. While Lyra is working on putting those neighborhoods in the chat, and Lyra, don't stress yourself too much. If you can't get them in the chat, I can always put them in the description box afterwards.
Okay.
Somebody wants to know, how warm is it there? And you want to go, Lyra? Tell them.
No, go ahead, my dear.
I'm gonna say it's hot in both places, child. We're near the equator. It's hot. It's hot. But this is a great time to come. I think from November, December, January, it's a lot cooler. It's a lot more bearable. As you start getting closer to February, March, April, May, it gets really hot. You can have 100-degree days in both places. What's your take on it, Lyra?
So I think Thailand is hot, period. This is our nice time. I mean, I wake up in the morning time, I go outside, I relax, I go do my exercise on the grass. So this is a nice time to come to visit if you want to visit it, because the morning start off, I would say like in Florida, not right now because Florida is really cold right now. The morning start off nice and cool. Then it can go up to like 80s. So right now the temperature, I think the high it will go up to is like 87, 88 right now. Normal, it would be 90 something to 100. So it's hot. It's hot. But I think for a lot of us is bearable because we are in the house, or if we go out, you just learn to go out at the time when it's not so hot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You alter your schedule and you start to live like locals, which is if you're going to exercise, if you're one of those people who likes to, start your day with a run, you need to do that before the sun really gets high in the sky. So personally, if I'm not out of the house before 9 a.m. on that walk, it's a no-go. It's a no-go till the sun goes down. So generally, like for me, being a digital nomad, more or less, I'm working online during the daytime. So I'm inside the air.
Yeah.
And every place has wonderful air conditioning on the inside. So you're indoors, and then once the sun goes down around 5 or 6 o'clock, I know for a fact in Chiang Mai comes to life. It's a whole different city. Lyra, what do you think?
I think so too. But just to talk about our topic, soft life abroad, I think that fits right inside of that because the life that we live here, we get to walk online when we in the hottest time, the times when we don't want to go outside. And then when it's nice, we get to go out and just enjoy the evening, the lights. I'm just so shocked about the evenings here, and especially now for a country that really don't celebrate Christmas. Oh my God, this place is beautiful.
Yes. I'm shocked by it too, Lyra. Everywhere. Yes. Christmas music. But Lyra, now tell me this too, because what I have found here in Kuala Lumpur, girl, they play more R&B music. I've heard more R&B Christmas songs. If I hear Mariah Carey one more time, it is
Old school,
insane.
napkin cole. I mean, it's just like you hear it in every store that you go to. You hear
It's
the
if
R&B music.
So if you're missing home, if you think that you missed home, I promise you that that's not the case. There are Christmas trees everywhere. It feels very Christmassy with the music and everything. So I'm gonna jump to two questions. Somebody said, I'll go back to this one. Sandra, do you see yourself returning to Chiang Mai or trying a new country? Let me tell you something, Michelle. Chiang Mai is my heart. And so and we're gonna get into this Malaysia thing because it is a lot more difficult to get settled here. Chiang Mai, I could take everybody in this chat. I could get you into an apartment. Lyra could get you settled in 30 days. You could be in an apartment, have a husband, a man, a whole everything, a whole routine in
Your
30 days.
long-term visa, everything, your house, whatever, you can be
In
settled
30
in.
days. That is not the case in Kuala Lumpur, and we'll get into it because I have run into some really, daunting things trying to get settled. Albeit, I've only been here 2 weeks, but I've been working at this every day for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
If I had worked this hard in Chiang Mai, I swear to God, I could get everybody in this chat settled. It's so they're night and day in terms of how easy it is to get settled. So do I see myself
Here
returning
we
to Chiang Mai?
go.
Yes,
I'm
ma'am.
sorry.
Because that's okay. Take your time, Lyra. If I don't hurry up and get settled here, I may very well be packing my bags and heading back to Chiang Mai because Kuala Lumpur is not chess, not checkers, baby. This is chess. It's hard. And so here's another question. How is Phuket to live part-time? Is it hot there too? Yes, Phuket is hot as well. All of Thailand is hot. It has to do with the proximity to the equator. You're surrounded by water. So not only is it hot, you guys, sometimes it is humid. And Phuket, I think if you're talking about island life, is certainly better than Pattaya. Some people say Pattaya, Pattaya, either way.
I'm so
Um,
sorry.
that's okay. Have you been to Phuket?
Yes, I have.
She wants to know how's Phuket to live part-time and is it hot there?
It's hot, but not as hot as Bangkok or Chiang Mai because it's island life. You get the island breeze. Um, no, it's not as hot at all. It's not as hot up here. I would say, let's say, for instance, it's probably about 15 degrees to 20 degrees cooler than where we are.
And by cooler, y'all, we're still talking about a base temperature of 85, 95 degrees.
Yes, for real.
We're
Yeah.
still talking hot. So don't come here with your sweater. There's very rarely sweater weather. The Southeast Asia in general is very warm. So you are walking, you have your flip-flops and sandals, and you don't see people with like little short cutoff shorts, but dresses. Because these are both very conservative countries, I try to always be respectful. I'm never like shoulders out, back out, tummy out. I wouldn't, but Barbie
I do
does.
sometimes, depending on how I feel that day. I mean, not like that, but
Yeah,
it's a conservative place. But depending on the area that you're going, what you're doing, so it's
yeah.
it's fine, I guess.
Yeah, you can wear shorts. I mean, they do, but you don't want to be the lady with the booty shorts. You don't want to be out here with the Daisy Dukes on there, your belly out and boobies sitting up. Not that
Yeah.
they would say anything because Thai people are so kind. They wouldn't say anything, but I tell you for sure, you would definitely get stares in Kuala Lumpur. It's a Muslim
Oh yeah.
nation, and you would definitely get stares here. I rarely see it. And when you do see it, there's people stare. So don't, be careful. Know where you're going. Somebody says, if I may ask, how much is your average monthly expense in Chiang Mai? Lera?
Okay, so for Chico and I, our highest is our rent about 2,500, and that's for a family of 4, including my 2 dogs. About 2,500.
And that's for 2. You all know I lived for considerably less when I was in Chiang Mai. I could run my whole show for just under $1,000. My apartment was $325. My utilities all together, I don't care if I blew the air all the time. I never paid more than $100 for electric. My cheesy internet, I didn't get the best internet, and my cell phone, all of those things. Groceries for me as a single person, if I balled out at the grocery store in Chiang Mai, I was spending $65 a week. And so I could really, if I really was being disciplined, I could do it for $900. But then that doesn't include like your massages, your pedicure, all those other things. So if I'm really like living life, I could do it for about $1,200. That's where I'm not concerned about money at all. I will tell you this, Kuala Lumpur is not that. That's not this. However, lodging here, depending on where you are, like, of course, I'm looking to live in the city center. I came for the glitz and the glamour, y'all. Where the rooftop pools? It's going to cost you. So you're looking at $700 to $900, maybe $1,000 a month for an apartment. And for that in Chiang Mai, child, you live in big time. Yeah. So housing costs can vary a lot. But I will say this, in both countries, food costs are low. Transportation cost is low. So they both have Grab. They both have Bolt. I haven't noticed very much difference in eating out in restaurants. You can have a wonderful, delicious, wonderful meal for less than $30. Lera treated us to a Michelin star dining experience in Chiang Mai. Lera, just tell the people about the restaurant. Oh my God. In Chiang Mai, Michelin star.
It was just, actually, I bumped upon it on Facebook, I think, I don't know, and I called, I messaged him, and we went in September. And I will take anybody that comes to visit, we are going. Just let me know we are going, because it's it's an experience. It's an experience. When you have a chef. Go ahead.
Lera, did we spend $100? I don't know, because Lera was so kind. She picked up the tab for us. 3 of us dined. Course after course after course after course. Edible flowers, gold, dusted, insane. And we did not spend it.
And to top it up, the chef explaining every meal that comes out, he comes with the meal and explain what it is, where it's from. And we even got Kit Kat ice cream at the end.
We got takeaway treats. They served you a dessert in the restaurant and even gave you a dessert treat to take away. I'm telling y'all, Chiang Mai, I'm partial. I'm sorry.
And a gift. Remember, we each got a bag, right? And a keychain. Yeah. So it was an awesome experience.
It was over the top. Somebody said, Sandra, is there a gym in your building? Yes. I think this is true for most places in Southeast Asia. Amenities, they are very big on providing amenities. So I have not been, it's a rare building that doesn't have a pool, a gym, a sauna. And something that I noticed here in Kuala Lumpur that is a bit different is that because these buildings, trust me, y'all, these are 30, 40, 50 stories. I've never seen this many high-rise buildings in a city, but Kuala Lumpur in particular, it's not like this in Penang. I went to Penang as well, but Kuala Lumpur in particular, I think they are like the high-rise capital of the world. I'm sitting here now, I can point out 25 high-rise buildings with over 25 stories. Wow. And so while they're tall, it will vary whether there are 20 apartments on the floor. Like this building I'm in, there may be 7 or maybe 8 apartments on each floor. So they're bigger. The footprint in Kuala Lumpur is bigger, but they all have pools, gyms, sauna. And the added bonus with Kuala Lumpur is many of them have like a mini mall at the base of them. So you'll have a drugstore, a bank, a 7-Eleven, a grocery store. everything, because these buildings are virtually little mini cities. If you're thinking 40 stories and 20 apartments, that's a lot of people in one place. And so one of the pluses for me in terms of Kuala Lumpur is the size of the apartment, as well as in addition to the amenities that you get that both in Chiang Mai and Kuala Lumpur. But Kuala Lumpur kind of edges out Chiang Mai for me in terms of convenience. In my building, there's everything. All I have to do is get on the elevator. I can go down and have any kind of food 13 stories down. There's a beautiful bakery, a bank. I'm talking about there's everything. You can shop down there. So that I didn't see that so much in Chiang Mai. Maybe that's the case in Bangkok, but I didn't see that so much in Chiang Mai, where you have a whole shopping center and not just one building. Many buildings are structured that way. So they're like operable. It's like a whole operable community in one spot. Okay, somebody said Christmas is a marketing tool around the globe. You already know. Yes, they love R&B music everywhere we go. And you can absolutely settle your life in 30 days in Chiang Mai. Okay, I'm looking for any other questions. Here's a question. Is Phuket more mature than Pattaya, meaning age 50 plus? It appears to be a lot of young people in Pattaya. Some people say Pattaya, some people say Pattaya.
Pattaya.
What do you think?
I don't know. Actually, Chico and I was talking about that the last time. I would say for younger people, I think it's more in Phuket. Now the over 50 between that area, there's a place called Huahin, Huahin, and that's the place with more mature people like us, 50 and above. If you have to compare, the three places down in that area, down south, Pattaya, Phuket, and Huahin. I would say Huahin is the place with the more with the more mature crowd. All of them have it, but I would say Huahin, and then I would say Pattaya.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Phuket, even though they have a lot of expats there, it's more geared towards vacationers. So the younger people, they go there on vacation, they get a leave because they like the lifestyle. But Huahin is a very good option, which is on the coast also, 2 hours from Bangkok, the other way from Pattaya. So Pattaya is this way, but Huahin is this way. It's 2 hours away from Bangkok. Easy ride.
Yeah. So you fly into Bangkok and then either take a bus, train, or some other kind of transport.
I think when Chico and I went there, that was like last year. It was in 2002. Sorry, it was about like $70 to go, and then $70 to come back. I think we probably did it the expensive way. No, we did it the expensive way because we just didn't know. But you can take the bus. They have other transportation. There's a train. Yeah. But I would recommend Huahin to look into Huahin if you are looking for a more mature crowd. All the areas have it, but Huahin has a larger community of retirees. Well, are we retired? No, but
we're looking for ease. I'm with you. I don't necessarily want to be on that beach. Listen, now let me just preface this. I have not been to Pattaya. I don't think I want to go because they're, that little red light district thing that they be doing with the, the folks that come down and pick up the girls. I won't see it.
But Sandra, no, the red light district is there, but then they have really nice area. Then they have not so far from Pattaya, Rayong. I hope I'm saying it right. Rayong is really nice and nice on the beach also. Quite a bit of expats live there. It's a nice city to live. I just think that there's option. We don't have the red light district here. I don't know. Do they have a red light district in Chiang Mai? I have not heard. I have not seen any.
I don't think so. Chiang Mai does not.
We don't see it.
Chiang Mai don't get down like that. It's a chill city. Of course, you can find bars and stuff everywhere, but I have seen for real, like red light districts where you know exactly what's going on down here. You know exactly why the guys are here. You know exactly what the girls doing. I've seen them hanging out the bar whistling, talking about, come over here a good time. You don't really see that in Chiang Mai. Not to say that it doesn't exist, but it's very family friendly. And I will say this, I think Chiang Mai and Kuala Lumpur are alike in that way. Because this is a Muslim country, Kuala Lumpur is it's a very wholesome city. There are things to do, activities. You don't get a lot of like big concerts and stuff like that, but you've got parks and museums. I don't know that I would say Kuala Lumpur is topping the charts on social events and all of that stuff, but there's always something to do outside. There's always something going on in the park, those kinds of things. It's very much more family oriented. I think it's probably on par with Chiang Mai in that they're tame cities. Can you find dirt to get into? Yes, you can find dirt to get into any place you go. Yes. But for the most part, that is not what either of these cities is known for. They're not like party towns. And alcohol here in Kuala Lumpur is expensive because they are not encouraging you to drink. And you can find a drink, you can get a drink anywhere, but you're going to pay for it. It's not like food is very inexpensive, but your cocktails will cost you, you'll pay for your cocktails. Someone said this.
Go ahead.
Oh, go, Lera. No, go.
I was saying, I think that is common in most Muslim countries. With the alcohol, because like you said, they are discouraging you to drink, so they're gonna have it, but it's just gonna be at a premium price.
Someone said, does Kuala Lumpur have more high rises? Oh, that's Nichelle. Hey, Nichelle. More high rises than Bangkok. Now, I haven't counted, but I'm gonna tell you, there's a whole. I have to say yes. I mean, and I've been to Bangkok. But everywhere, even when you go out into the suburbs, when you think of suburbs, you would think more houses, more low rises. No, I have never, ever with these two eyeballs seen this many high rises. My son, is he still in the chat? Somebody run that through Chat GPT. Who has more high rises? I'm almost willing to say Kuala Lumpur. I'm not kidding you. This is the land of the high rise. Not only is it the land of the high rise, y'all, the architecture here is amazing. It's absolutely amazing. Son, see if there are more. Can you just Google real quick if there are more high rises in Bangkok or if there are more high rises in Kuala Lumpur? I'm telling you, my money is on Kuala Lumpur. But they're not just indistinct high rises, y'all. I swear to you, there's a building shaped like the boat sails. They're wavy buildings. It's incredible. If you are a fan of beautiful architecture, Kuala Lumpur, you should put that on your list, if nothing else, to come see the beautiful, beautiful architecture here. I'm trying to see if there's another question. It says, every 40 plus woman I've heard talk about Pattaya mentions that it's geared toward tourists, men looking for, yes.
What are you looking for?
They're looking for village girls. They're looking for a good time. I think Pattaya may have gotten a bad rep for that because that element is certainly there. But I've heard people say just what you said, Lera, that there's a balance. It's not all. That's not all there is.
But it does get a bad rep. That's it. Some is not Lido.
Okay, somebody says, you don't get a lot of big concerts, etc., because Malaysia requires artists to follow certain rules. Yes. And so you're not going to come here with all those raunchy lyrics. That makes sense to me because they are not playing like that. No, they're not playing like that. It says, does the high rise make your head hurt? No. You know what? I don't know. Because there's so much space, you don't feel hemmed in. Like when I'm in downtown Chicago, there's so many high rises jammed into such a compact space that it blocks out the sunlight. It's cooler down there. They're spread out. Now, are there buildings that are clustered together like that and they block out the natural light? Yes, I've looked at apartments in those buildings and I won't take an apartment there because you get sunlight, but you can't get like my building right here. I'm getting all this. Y'all see all this sunlight, but I'm in a 40 plus building. There's one across the street, there's one next door, but they are spaced in a way that, trust me, they've done some city planning here. Kuala Lumpur is a beautiful city to visit. It's an easy city to visit. It is harder to break into the long-term rental market, and we'll get into it. I'll tell y'all my experience because, honey, that the buildings didn't give me a headache. Trying to find an apartment has given me a headache. Let's see. According to Google, Chiang Mai has 33 high rises. Okay, how many in Kuala Lumpur? No, I mean because of the air pressure when you go up. Oh
wow. Oh, Jakarta.
You get that. You get that ear popping thing, but no, and it might just be me, that doesn't bother me. But yeah, you get that little ear popping thing, and you get the fast moving elevator. You get all of that. Let's see, I'm sure, but I wouldn't feel comfortable by myself. I love going out alone. When I was in KL, I could feel that conservative energy. Yes, it is very conservative. Jakarta, Bangkok, in that order, the most. Okay, yep, KL, Jakarta, and Bangkok in that order for the most high rises in Southeast Asia. Kuala Lumpur is the land of high rises. I never saw this many tall buildings in my life. Rodney says, as a Black man that visited Pattaya earlier this year, it is an issue, but I wouldn't not visit because of that energy. You can get into whatever you want, no matter where you are in Thailand, period. Ain't that the truth?
Yep, it is.
That's you can get into, listen, now this was from a local here in Kuala Lumpur. And I'm not gonna mention no names because these are my new friends. She said, listen, you can find stuff to get into even here in Kuala Lumpur. Right. And so, none of us want to be on that side of the law. But that's any big city, any city where you are, there's always going to be that element of you can find something if you look hard enough. Okay, let's see if there's something else. There's some more information in there about, let's see. KL has 241 buildings taller than 150 meters. Bangkok has 142. Yeah, y'all, that's the significant, yeah. Yep. They're everywhere, and that's how most people live. Most people live in a high rise. High rises, but they have a lot of green spaces. Yes. Who is that? Hey, Golden Woman. Absolutely. But I think that that's true in Chiang Mai as well. Have you noticed this, Lera, that Chiang Mai, especially the tall buildings, they have rooftop pools, they have a rooftop garden, they got a rooftop park.
Yes, actually, I went to visit Brandita, and I did a video on that. I'm supposed to be putting it up. And yes, the rooftop was so beautiful, and I encountered that in Jakarta. I love Jakarta for that, for the green spaces. The big buildings, lots of high rise, but the green spaces is just awesome. It just makes it feel so relaxing.
Yeah, they compensate for it. Doesn't feel like a city of just metal and concrete, because the green spaces, they're very intentional. That's why I said whoever the city planners are, they did a beautiful job in Kuala Lumpur, because alongside every tall building, you're going to have a pool. If it's not a rooftop pool, it's going to be an elevated pool somewhere with greenery around it and green walking spaces. And so I've only encountered one or two buildings that were like plunked by the highway with nothing around it. And it's just like, you're like, but even within the complex, they provide spaces for you to just go and be. It's incredible. It's worth seeing. So somebody says, how far are those four cities from each other? Bangkok, Phuket, Chiang Mai, and Kuala Lumpur.
So I'm gonna do Bangkok. What was the others? Phuket
and Chiang Mai.
Okay, so I'm in Chiang Mai. So if I want to go to Bangkok right now, and I want to drive, it's about 10 to 12 hours driving. If I want to fly, just jump on a plane. I can do so. I can be there within an hour and a half. If I want to take the train is 13 hours, 13, 14 hours. So that's from Chiang Mai to Bangkok. To go to Phuket, I don't know exactly how long is the drive. It's long. I think it's like a day or so. It's long, and then you have to. I think you have to take the ferry or something like that. I can't remember exactly. But from flying, it's like another hour and a half, 2 hours to fly from Chiang Mai to Phuket. So the distance from within the cities, the big cities in Thailand here, it's not hard to get from one city to the next via flying. And just to add to that, flying, like whenever Chico and I go to Bangkok, it's like our ticket is like no more than $60 if we buy it in, in the right time. $60 round trip per person. We go there, yeah. So
Thailand's easy, don't you think? Thailand is, all of Southeast Asia is interconnected. And so let's be clear, you can bop around Southeast Asia for a very reasonable price. There are low-cost carriers, there are, of course, regular air carrier airlines, but you can go from Chiang Mai to Bangkok. The flight is less than 2 hours. Girl, I think I've gotten it for like $49, $39, and you can almost get it the day of, definitely for less than $100. So moving around, very interconnected. Chiang Mai has an international airport, which I love. It's easy to get to. It's not like, a big metropolis where it's hard to get to the international airport. Nope. That's why I love Chiang Mai. I'm telling y'all. So if this thing feels like it's leaning a little towards Chiang Mai, it absolutely is.
Only because you just left.
When we talk about soft life abroad, if you're really talking about soft life abroad, then for me, Chiang Mai fits the bill better. One, it's more affordable. It's easier to get situated in. It's got an international airport. It's easier to navigate. Kuala Lumpur is a big city, and it comes with big city things. And not only is it a big city, it's more expensive. It's got way more traffic. Talk about traffic jams. That it has real city issues. And trying to deal with these realtors, that's a whole nother story. I know we're coming up on an hour. I'm going to give it to y'all. You need an attorney. I had to hire an attorney to go over what is called my tenancy agreement. When I was in Chiang Mai, that thing was like 3 pages long. It spelled out exactly what it was. Here's the renter, here's the landlord, this is when you pay, this is what you have, this is what you're responsible for. It was straightforward. The language was straightforward. You could read it and feel comfortable that you knew what it was. That tenancy agreement that they gave me here in Kuala Lumpur, child, I had to have an attorney. It had the thises and the thuses and the thus saith the Lord. I was like, you know what? I ain't no when Sam, hell, I'm signing this without having an attorney look it over. And the attorney cost me just under $300, but it was worth every penny, because as she went through that agreement, she was like, Sandra, no. So we wound up I didn't even walk away from the deal. Once the owner knew that I secured an attorney and that the attorney was going through line by line, he was like, no, never mind. Because that, yes, the tenancy agreement that they gave me leaned so very heavily toward in favor of the owner that as a renter, you would, there were too many stipulations in there. So the deal kind of fizzled on its own because I was not going to sign it the way it was, and they weren't willing to make all of the concessions that the attorney highlighted. And so I would say to anybody going to Chiang Mai, that's not going to be a problem. You show up with your money, you're in. You come here, if they give you one of them 15-page tenancy agreements, I would get an attorney. I know people who haven't done that and they signed. I just think you open yourself up for God knows what. If you can't read it and understand it and you sign it, you don't even know what you agreed to. It is not as straightforward. And I will say this added little piece. The realtors here, I didn't say this. This is what people said to me. They are blood suckers. I said what I said. Y'all came here for the truth. You came here. This is what you come here for. You came here for the truth. Most of the real estate that I'm looking at, or the high-rise buildings I want, are in KLCC. Highly sought after. They're going to be a little more pricey, but they are owned by foreign nationals. And I'm just going to give it to you. Most of them are owned by someone who either lives in China or Hong Kong. These are investment properties for these people. They don't care. They have no incentive for if it's filled or not. It's a very different market than in Chiang Mai. In Chiang Mai, most of those apartments are owned by a Thai person, and that's a source of income for them. So they need that place filled. They make money, they live off of that. That's not this. Over here, where I'm looking in KLCC specifically, which is the city center near Petronas Tower, where everybody wants to be, and the beautiful high rises, those apartments are owned by a bunch of, and I'm not going to even give a number, but I'm going to say a fair amount, more than half are owned by Chinese nationals that don't live in the country. They're investment properties, and they don't give a hoot if they get rented or not, because it's an investment for them. And so they are only going to take the highest bidder, and you've got unscrupulous realtors out here. Everybody's jockeying to get the highest price because that's how the realtor gets paid.
Excuse me.
That's how the realtor gets paid. So there's no incentive to give you a good deal. It's cutthroat. That's what I will say. And it's not, I don't find that to be the case in Chiang Mai. Lera, can you talk a little bit about renting, the process of renting in Chiang Mai?
Before let me just ask you a question. Do you have to pay the agents to help you?
No, you don't. And so that's why it's even more imperative that they get all of the money they can on the deal, because you don't pay them.
Also, okay. So here in Thailand, it's, I would say that to find the best deal is to, like, if it's a condo, you go to the building, they have all the empty apartments if that's where you want to live. That's why it's essential to have someone here to help you to do that, because a lot of times when you go to the agents, they already speak to the and I'm speaking on private houses, right? Not so much on the building. They already speak to the agent, and that's what was told to me by some Thai people. If you go directly to the owner of the place, the house, then you get it at a cheaper price because they don't have to pay the agent, which is fair enough. But other than that, I mean, that the rent here is kind of like average. You're looking for a bigger place. When I say average, I mean to each other place. If you move, like we are in a subdivision, most of the houses will be around the same price to rent here. So there's no jacking up the price too much, or anything like that. And it's really, really a simple process in finding. If you have an agent, if you don't have an agent, but you have someone that can help you find an agent, or you can go on Facebook. Facebook have so many resources when you come to Chiang Mai. A lot of resources, a lot of houses, people post houses. There's a lot of agencies. A few of them are American men that marry, that have a Thai spouse, so they have that business. So it's really not a hard process. You go, you look at a house today, you like it, you decide you want to get it. You guys meet up tomorrow, sign the paperwork, you get all your landlord's information down to the ID card is stuck to your rental agreement. A simple, like Sandra said, a simple 3-page, some of them are 2 pages rental agreement, and that's that. No long story. The agents kind of, some of them were, some places we was renting for 6 months. He stayed. Like any issues we have, we will contact him. That's because the landlord hired him to do that. But other than that, it's not a hard process at all, finding a place. It's just the hardest process is finding some place that suits you. That's it. Yeah. Other than that, once you do, it's easy peasy. You have your money, you got your place.
Yeah, I think it's a little bit more difficult here. But again, I think that comes with being in a bigger city. When you're in a big city, you get big city issues. And somebody said Malay people are pretty honest. And yes, they are. My attorney is Malay. And when I tell you the sweetest, I felt so protected because she was like, Miss Sandra. And I love it when they say Miss Sandra. You let some grace show, you get the Miss in front of your name. I was like, she's like, Miss Sandra, don't worry. We're going to make sure that we go through this with a fine-tooth comb. The nicest, some of the nicest people, Malays, are kind and helpful. But I find that in Southeast Asia, period. People are a little kinder. It's not so doggy dog. They're good-natured people. But in business, that, and we're talking about realtors in business in Kuala Lumpur, what whole different animal. Realtors in Chiang Mai, easy going, not all, but if it's easier, it's just an easier deal. Yeah, here is cutthroat business if you're trying to get down there in KLCC, depending on but you just have, it's like with anything, you have to weed out. And so I have managed to find a wonderful realtor to work with who's been so kind, showing me around, but it's been trial and error. So I had to find a good realtor, get an attorney. That's what I would suggest to anybody. And someone's asked, are you in an Airbnb now while you're looking for a long-term spot? Yes, I am. And you all know these Airbnbs have been hit or miss. I'm in a area called Mont Kiara, which is gorgeous. It's beautiful. It's family oriented. It's away from Kuala Lumpur city center, but I can see the Twin Towers. I can see Petronas Towers from here. Yeah, it's cool, but it's pricey. So just to give you an idea, this Airbnb runs for like $60 something a night. So, that can add up. If I've been here 2 weeks. So I'm looking to be out of here by the end of the month. So I'm going to see if I can structure a deal off the Airbnb platform with my host to maybe extend for another month to give me time to find an apartment. And if I can't get settled in 6 weeks, this ain't the town for me. I could roll back over to Chiang Mai, and like I said, everybody in here could get settled in 6 weeks in Chiang Mai. Sandra said, why did you move from Chiang Mai? Well, my lease was up, to be perfectly honest with you. My lease was up, and I felt like it was a good time to maybe try something new. My friend Cha Jones, who does the same thing that Lera does in Chiang Mai, Lera does move abroad support. So if you're in this chat and you are thinking about coming to Chiang Mai, but you want to you really want to live your life of ease, you're going to reach out to Lera. Her email address is rolling across the bottom of the screen. You're going to initiate some contact and reach out to my girl, and she's going to help you get settled in Chiang Mai. Well, her counterpart here in Kuala Lumpur is Cha Jones. Cha does the exact same thing here, where if you don't want to do like me, y'all know I'm a maverick. I ran up in here, I'm gonna do it myself. You can actually pay somebody. Cha Jones does that. She will connect you with a realtor, an attorney, and all the support that you need. And you can check out Cha Jones Life the Vacay. That's her YouTube channel. Cha has been on the channel before. There's a video if you want to check out that video that Cha and I did. She's got all her contact information. And I would suggest that for a newcomer. If this is your first time out, don't go it alone. Use these lovely ladies. Make your life easy. I feel like I've been out here in the world a while. So somebody got to go out here and learn the ropes. And that's my job. So I go out in the city, I learn the ropes, and then I come back and tell you. So I didn't really leave Chiang Mai for any particular reason other than my lease was up and I wanted to explore another country. I love Kuala Lumpur. I thought Malaysia would be a great, natural progression. It's just Kuala Lumpur is proving to be a bit trickier to get into an apartment than I thought. So why leave Chiang Mai? Girl, I might be going back to Chiang Mai. Hold your horsey. Because I'm telling you, if this doesn't work out in the next 4 weeks or so, I may not even give it another 4 weeks. If I don't get in someplace in the next 3 weeks, I might very well double back to Chiang Mai. I love Chiang Mai. I'll tell you this too, and anybody who knows, if you followed me, my apartment did not have a proper kitchen. I was ready to leave that apartment. And so while I was leaving, I figured I might as well go check out Malaysia. If I go back to Chiang Mai, I will take my time and really find an apartment that suits me. I love to cook, and that kitchen in that apartment it was virtually non-existent. So
yeah. And a lot of the apartments here are like that. They just have basic hot plate, not much cooking. If you love to cook, you have to really, find the right apartment.
You do. Isn't that something? And let me just tell you, we're talking about quirky things or things to be on the lookout as a Westerner coming to Southeast Asia. It is not uncommon to not have hot running water in the kitchen or at the bathroom sink. That thing still blows me. It's like, how do you get the grease off the dishes if it ain't no hot water running out the tap? But it's just one of those things. They have a workaround, which in my apartment in Chiang Mai, they had a hot pot, big hot pot that stayed on the counter. Water's constantly boiling. You know, it takes a few minutes and then you can use that to wash your dishes. It's another step. And to be honest with you, I was really trying to get away from that. I just want to turn on the tap and get some hot water, y'all. And so I found that some of the apartments here in Kuala Lumpur have it, but not all. So that is not a given. And the same is true for the bathroom. I don't know. You know, that's a hard one to kind of get your head around. If there's no hot water in the bathroom sink, because when you're washing your hands, you're washing with cold water. When you're washing your dishes, you're washing with cold water. But them's the facts. That's the way it is. Somebody said, is it true that you can see Petronas Tower from anywhere in KL? Just about. If you're up high, you can see it. Lera, did you want to say something about some quirky things that are different from Western culture or Western living?
Oh gosh, I haven't lived in the West for a while now. So. Like what? I don't know. I can't remember. I don't want to remember.
I know.
I don't know.
I just think maybe the footprint, the size of a place is probably smaller compared to what you would be expecting coming from the Western world. You know.
So I think like what you was just talking about, the water is you're not having hot water in the bathroom. Another thing is plugs. Not having plugs in the bathroom. And my husband has a hard time with shaving because there is no plugs to shave. So I would say the bathrooms are not well equipped for us, you know, that and what we are used to, the hot water, no hot water in the sink, because of course it's not central hot water. It's just every bathroom has their own, what do you call that? Hot water heater, I guess that's what you call it. And then what else? I don't know. I try to just make do with whatever, you know, that I miss. Kind of like, I don't know. It's a lot of things that is different. As far as even with the water coming over here, you have to put in your own water filter. I don't know if everybody does it, but Chico and I, we do it on the shower and under the sink to brush our teeth and downstairs. So that's things we don't even think about living in the West when you come here, or anywhere that I've been outside of the US, outside of the West.
So the water is not potable from the tap. You're not drinking tap water. You either have bottled water or a water filter. And the same is pretty much true here in Malaysia as well. You have a water filter in many places. Someone said, with the 5-year destination Thailand visa, do I really have to take a cooking class or martial arts class, and for how long?
Can I answer?
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to take a class. If you are a digital nomad, you can just use your digital nomad. You can just use your digital nomad job. That's what you do. The classes, I think, is for people who is not digital nomads. So if you don't have an online job, even if you have an online job and you can prove that you work for a company, you can get it. It's not like I just think the people who don't have it, like say for instance, for me right now, if I want to go away from the retirement visa and want to do that visa, which I think it's a good visa, I can do it as a digital nomad. My husband might do it as someone who's doing martial arts or something, because he's not online, or he can do it online, say, under me. But you don't have to do cooking or medical. You can just use your job if you are working online, or if you're a digital nomad, you can do it with your digital nomad.
Okay, she says, I'm not a digital nomad, no job. So there are other ways. You can have like a medical procedures, or take a class, Muay Thai, a language class, enroll in school. But I would think that you would really want to do it. If you're saying that I'm using this as the pretense to apply for my DTV, you want to do it. You don't want to, if you say that I'm here to take a class and that's how I'm going to qualify for my digital nomad visa, you want to do that. I mean, come on. That's an easy thing to do to qualify as a requirement. So I personally wouldn't try to apply for it, saying I'm gonna take a cooking class and then don't take the cooking class. And I don't think that they have to be long-term. I'm looking at two ways to apply for my digital nomad visa. I'm doing it outside of the country. And somebody asked, why did you leave Chiang Mai? That's another reason, because I do want to apply for the digital nomad visa. You have to do that outside of the country. It made sense to just come to Malaysia, apply for that visa while I'm outside of the country. And I have two things. Y'all know I had some dental work done. Y'all saw the transformation. And so I'm going to finish up that dental work. So I had my dentist before I left Thailand write up my whole dental plan. And that is going to take months to get done because it has to be done in stages. And so that's one thing that you could do. You can you can take classes. And so however long it takes to complete the class, I think once you're done, then that's it. But I wouldn't say
once you use that to apply, that visa is for 5 years. So you have that 5-year visa. Even if you finish with your medical or you finish with your school, you still have that 5-year visa. Now, after that 5 years, if you want to re-up it, then you have to find some other reason why you want to re-up it. But once you get it for that 5 years, you come in, you spend 6 months, you go out, and for 5 years. So if you apply for it, retiring around the world, and you get it you apply for it and you get it, you have it for 5 years.
Thank you. Nichelle said the DTV requirements are on the official Thai e-visa website. I'm doing the DTV, but with my LLC. If I didn't have that, I'd be in those cooking classes. Yeah, trust me, you all, do the research. We're here just to plant the seed. We are not visa specialists. And let me tell you something I know about both countries. Those requirements can change. So you want to have the most up-to-date information. Go to the website. It's easy to find, and you can go back and search. I did a whole video on different visa types in Thailand. Go check that video out. It gives you all the websites. It almost gives you step-by-step how to apply. So definitely check it out. There are multiple ways. I think the DTV is the best. You get 5 years entry.
And just to say, you said that they change a lot. The DTV visa is the very last visa. It started in July. So this was not an option for you and I when we were coming. This just started. Yeah.
Yes, it's less than a year old. And that's what I mean. And Lera, when we first came, there was no pre-applying to come in for your visa.
No.
So when we tell you things change, those major things that changed in less than 12 months. So you definitely, even if we're telling you this today, trust me, it could change in 6 weeks. And so you want to do the research. We just want to kind of give you some idea of what is available. I could definitely get some dental procedures done. Yes, you can. And they're reasonably priced. And I had the cutest little dentist. Dental for you. I'm just saying. Oh, he's so cute. So cute. So cute. Okay.
So, someone asked me, why did I leave Zanzibar?
Yes.
I was not in Zanzibar, my dear. I was in Tanzania. I love Zanzibar. Maybe if I was living there, maybe I would not leave. But I left Tanzania, not Zanzibar. And the Tanzania thing is just too complicated to explain. So I'm not there anymore. I'm here in Thailand now, and I'm enjoying Thailand.
Somebody said,
I'm from Grenada. I'm a Grenadian to the bone. I'm just living in Thailand.
Do you get a chance to go back home often, Lera?
Chico and I went home from here, I think, when we just got here. Last year in April, we went back home.
Yeah.
So it's too expensive, though. And then I went to the Dominican Republic in June, recently again. It's kind of too expensive to go from all the way here to the Caribbean, to be honest. It's really expensive. So I don't know when I'm going to go back home.
And it's a day and a picnic. When I tell you, yes. And that's another thing. If you're thinking about getting out here in the world, Southeast Asia, to me, tops the list. But there are some things you have to think about. There's the time difference. If you still have to work back in the US, that time difference is a consideration. Yeah. The amount of time that it takes to get here. I don't know if you can do it less than 24 hours. I've never gotten a flight where I was able to do it in less than 24 hours. then there's the cost associated with that flight. This is not a flight that you're jumping on and off, and you want to secure that flight well in advance to get the best price. But I've never seen a round trip ticket from Chiang Mai to anywhere in the West for less than $1,200. This is not your $500 flight back and forth. No, sir. No, sir. And it takes some planning ahead of time. So those are things you want to consider. Somebody said, Sandra, now you got me thinking about dental work. How does the price compare to the US? Are you kidding me? A fraction. And they're so kind. My dentist did so much stuff that I thought he would have charged for. He was like, oh no, oh no, that's a part of it. You need that done. I didn't ever feel nickeled and dimed. Lera, have you had anything done? Any medical work done?
Just clean, just my teeth clean. I think whenever I go clean my teeth, I pay, oh gosh, I don't want to tell a story, less than $30 to get my teeth clean. But it's really, really inexpensive for that, for medical here and dental. And the person asked about dental also. And I think one of the things that I want to touch on when it comes down to medical, a lot of people that I speak to, they are scared of coming because they say, oh, I have this medical problem, or I'm speaking to a lady right now who is on dialysis and she wants to leave so bad. And I knew her for a while, but I contact Bangkok Hospital. Sorry, I contact Bangkok Hospital with a list of medical treatment that she will need, and they have it all for a fraction of the price. Although she don't pay in the States, it will be something that will be covered. Actually, she's military, so it will be covered under the FMP program. So if it's medical that you're scared of, we can help, break it down by letting me know, if you choose to, giving me a list of, or I have contacts that you can email that list to and have someone give you a breakdown on what it would cost you, and if you are covered by your insurance that you have now, or what kind of insurance that you would have. So for dental, you don't need dental insurance. It's too inexpensive for that. Even if you're doing a whole lot of work, even in the States with dental insurance, they don't cover most of everything that you need to do if it's extensive dental care. And if it's medical, and you have insurance, if you're prior military, if you're not prior military, you can get insurance here, medical insurance. So don't be scared to even just come and try for a few months, see how the treatment that you're going to get. Even before you come trying, let us help you find the right. Bangkok Hospital is top notch. We have like 5 top-notch hospitals here. So don't be scared, my dear. I'm sorry, I do my locks myself. Been doing it myself since 1999. So yes, back to my medical. So yeah, don't be scared to come and visit if you have medical problems. You might just find a solution here that you couldn't find in the States, because in Chiang Mai here they have the Chinese doctor that does Chinese medicine, which is more on the natural path. They have very good doctors, both private and government and public hospitals. So give it a try. Get your medical questions answered if you're thinking about coming, but that is your trepidation, your medical issues.
I find both countries to be kind of equal in this regard, that healthcare you can pay out of pocket because it's so reasonably priced, and the quality of care. Do not think, people, when you say Thailand or Malaysia, people may be thinking, oh, developing nation. Trust me, no, that is not the case. I got the best quality care. When I tell you, I had to go have my little lady exam when I was in Chiang Mai. So humane. I had an entire hour to talk face to face with the doctor. I never felt rushed. I never felt, there was nobody else there except for me and her assistant. And it was so dignified, y'all. I'm not going to go into too many details, but you know how in the US, they slap you on that table and tell you throw your legs up. Girl,
20 minutes. That's all you got. 20 minutes.
And nobody looks you in the eye, and you're in and out, and wait for your prescription and your bill. That is
Yeah.
not the case. They give you these cute little pants, ladies. I'm just gonna tell y'all. Cute little pants. It's so humane. You are never really exposed to the world. It was so beautiful. I am telling you, and I'll even tell you where I went. It's so cute. It's called the Peach Clinic.
Oh, I'm gonna have to check that one out.
And guess how much it cost me for that, including the little meds that she had to get? $35.
Yeah.
$35 in and out, and a whole hour, in a very humane experience. And she invited me. She's like, Sandra, come back, but just trust me, it's nothing like the US.
Recently, what we in December, in October, I went to get my well woman, my thyroids, the whole workup. And I paid I think that was $170 for all my blood work, all my thyroids, my pap, my mammogram, everything, for like 100. It took about being there, and then they give you snacks, and then it's a really nice experience using. I didn't go to a hospital. I actually went to Boston Clinic, which I had used Boston Clinic in Tanzania in the past. I do go to a hospital, but I just wanted to use Boston Clinic here. I actually did it to compare whether or not it's the same, what services they give in Tanzania comparing to here. It's about the same, but priced differently.
Yeah. Someone said, is it reasonable to buy a one-way flight and then buy an onward ticket once you arrive in Thailand? Lera?
I came on a one-way ticket. That's all I can say.
Me too. I came on a one-way and nobody asked me anything. But I will tell you this. When I got to Qatar, because I had a layover in Qatar. Now, nobody said anything to me in Thailand. I came with the one-way ticket. But when I got to Qatar, the young lady did ask me, did I have an onward ticket? And let me tell y'all something, because I always tell you the truth, and I'm not telling you to do this, because I was still, like only a year and a half into my travel journey. So when she asked me, did I have an onward ticket? I did not. I had to step out of line. At the time, someone had shared with me that there's this website called Onward Ticket.
Yes.
Now listen, but Lera, here's the gag. I did that at the time, Lord Jesus. I did that. It cost $20, $15, whatever it is. I got the onward ticket, got back in line, and I was able to board and come on. Here's the gag, y'all. I'm not saying you should do that, because afterwards I did research, and I don't know that those are legitimate tickets. I don't know how it works, but now it is not something that I would put forth like out in the universe and say, do it. You can, it worked. They didn't stop me, but I don't know if it's totally legal, and I have to tell you all the truth. Do your own research on that onward ticket. Now what I do is I buy a ticket on Expedia. It's a legitimate ticket, and Expedia allows you to cancel your ticket in 24 hours and get a refund. And so before it even really comes out of your account on Expedia, you could have purchased a real ticket. You don't have to worry about any legal ramifications if anybody says anything. And then you can cancel that ticket on Expedia in 24 hours. So there are two scenarios. You can use onward ticket, cost about $20. Or you could book a ticket on Expedia, a real live ticket that's legitimate and legal. And then you don't have any problems because you can cancel it within 24 hours, get a full refund. What's your experience with onward ticket?
Oh, I have recommended that to so many people when I was in Tanzania, because and it always worked, right? And you, like you said, do your own research, do it at your own risk. Don't say Lera tell you. I'm just telling you what information that's out there, and it worked. The only difference with the canceling the Expedia ticket, with the onward ticket, it stays. So it's like the initial ticket might be like $15. If you want them to keep it for 7 days active, then the price will go up. If you want them to keep it for 15 days active, it's a little bit more. So once you pay for that onward ticket, it stays active for as long as you requested to pay for it. So an onward ticket might be $15 for 3 days. If you want it for 7 days, so that ticket is active. So even if the airline search, you are active in that ticket is active for you. Now, if you cancel with Expedia and something happened, because I will, if it's me and I'm using Expedia and I have to do it that way, I would buy it like right before I come, right? And cancel it before I get on that flight. So it will stay like it's active. But if you get delayed someplace or anything like that, that's the only thing I would say. So you can use both, but you just have to be careful that the ticket is not active if they check in, because some airlines will check. You know, there's some airlines is like that. They will go in and check. And Qatar, we flew through Qatar because we came from Tanzania to come here. We had 2 dogs with us, and we flew with Qatar, one-way ticket. Actually, they were so helpful. They were super helpful, and they didn't ask us for anything, even when we was boarding the flight. Or they asked me, I think in Tanzania, and they saw that we had an American passport that we can go there visa free. It was not no issues. They didn't ask us for any. So I think it's always is the experience or the person that's there who's working the desk. That's something that we have, because sometimes we can look online and we can see the policy, but once we get to the front desk to check in, or even at your layover, there might be some different questions that they will ask you. So just be mindful. You can use both for Onward tickets, or buy a ticket on Priceline, Expedia, any one of them, and cancel it.
Yep. And step out of line. Don't be afraid. I wouldn't buy it if I didn't have to, because in 3 years of traveling, I've only been asked for an Onward ticket twice in 3 years. And as many flights as I've taken, it has only happened to me twice. Let's see. American Airlines did that when I was heading to Colombia. So I purchased a return ticket for AA, and canceled it when I landed. Yeah. There's a way around that. They do it to solo females. I can believe that. You know, I've experienced some solo, you know, depending on where you are. I that doesn't sound unbelievable to me. If you guys have any other questions, drop them in. We're going to wrap up. Once again, I want to thank Lera for showing up and hanging out with us today and giving us all this information. If you are thinking, if it's just a dream, that you might, if you just, you know, it's in your heart that you might want to come to Thailand, and not just Chiang Mai, Lera can help you from start to finish. If you need hand holding, like you need somebody to help you book the flight, all of this stuff, listen to me explaining Lera services. But Lera is the
heart. It
sounds better. I'm telling y'all, Lera will make a whole lot better support than I was. I like doing it because I like the people I work with. But to be honest with you, I know, just having interacted with Lera, this is her ministry. She has a heart for people. She's patient, she's kind, and she's knowledgeable. More than anything, she's knowledgeable because she's done it. From booking tickets to visa support, all the resources. Lera is your girl. So Lera, how do you prefer that they get in contact with you?
Any one of them is fine. My actually email is easier for me, to be honest with you, because you know, if someone contact me on YouTube, I have to be like, you know, looking. So if you email me, IG, I'm on there once a week, but my email is in front of me every day, all the time.
Got it. So we posted your email information. It's also in the chat, and it is also in the description box below. So if you are watching this video in the future, all of Lera's contact information is down below. So please, if you had a good time today, if you got anything useful out of this conversation, please don't forget, like, subscribe, share this channel, go over and check out Lera's channel at Global Rooted, and like and subscribe to
my Thailand edition.
Heck yeah, we're out here giving all this good information for free, you all. Please just do us a favor and help us grow these channels. Share this with somebody who you think it might be useful for. And keep your eyes peeled, because even though our Black Friday special is over for the 1,000 Black Women Brokerage Account Challenge, starting in January, we start our program anew. And I'm not sure if my sister is still in the chat, but Sabangale, our very own community member, wrote a book. Now, the title of the book is Now About That Budget. So yes, y'all, we hitting the ground running starting January the 8th. Will be the first meeting of our learning community, our financial literacy learning community. If you want to be a part of that financial literacy learning community, stay tuned. The program starts again January the 8th. I will be posting right now. If you go, there's only one appointment. Sorry, folks. It's only one. But starting in January, I will open my calendar back up. I need this time off to find this apartment. But starting again in January, I will post appointments. And unfortunately, you better grab that one appointment because after January 1st, prices go up. That's like with everything. But we've revamped the program. So this year we'll have speakers coming in, and every year we try to get better. Sabangale will be our first speaker. She's going to walk us through her book, Now About That Budget, and we'll start meeting bi-weekly in January. Our first meeting is the second week in January. We meet the second week and the fourth week of every month. And we would love to have you. When I tell you the community is growing, it's growing, growing, growing. And we have a free, if you're a part of our learning community already, or if you take that last appointment, we have a free introduction to the stock market class that happens this Sunday, December the 15th at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. So if you're already a community member, you've got the invite. If you're interested in joining the community, you better go grab that one appointment because that's all I got until January. And it's not too late for you to join us. We'll send you a free copy of the book, Now About That Budget, written by our very own Sabangale. So we've given you some good stuff here. Lera, you want to say anything in closing?
Well, thank you so much, Sandra, for having me. Thank you for guiding me. I appreciate you very much. And for anyone that's needing support to move to Thailand, any part of Thailand, but like I said, I'm in Chiang Mai, but I can help anywhere. Please reach out. My email address is on the screen. And I do have some free. I did not give anything to Sandra. I just wanted to come here and chit chat with you guys. Get used to the live thing because this is like my first time. But yeah, if you guys want to get in contact with me, please email me. Let me know, or Facebook me. I'm on Facebook a lot of times too. Let me know how I can assist you guys. How can we get you guys moved from wherever you guys are, even if it's not permanently, but to live some years of soft life here in Thailand, and I'm here for that. Thank you guys so much for joining us this morning. Evening.
I know it's morning for us, evening for them. I just wanted to mention though that Sabangale is in the chat. She is here. Her YouTube channel is We Don't Retire, We Ascend. So if you want to, please go over and check out her YouTube channel. You can find the link there for her book, I'm Also Sure, but you can also find it in some of my previous videos. You can find it on my YouTube community tab, that page. You can go there and purchase her book. I am telling you, it's an easy read, but it'll help jumpstart just getting you in the right mindset to start the year off on the right foot in terms of your thinking about your budget, which is essential. I have one other question here before we get out of here. Help me. How can I sign up for Sunday's free class? D, you have to become a part of our learning community. That's a feature. It's a service that I do for everybody that's in the learning community. Go snag that last appointment, get signed up. You can, let's see, it's that, I don't know. Can somebody put the Calendly link in there? I didn't even think to do it. Let me see if I have it. Hold tight. I might be able to drop the link for you real quick. Oh, here it is. Okay. So the link is here. I'm running it now. Let me see if I can grab it and put it in the chat. 1 second. Okay. There's the link. I just dropped it in the chat. So you can schedule there. That link here, it's in the chat. Yep. If you want to catch this class that is included, it's a part of the membership. When you join our learning community, you get access to this introduction to the stock market class. We meet twice a month. We're always talking money, talking mindset. We're reading books, got guest speakers coming out. It's all about Black women and growing our wealth. So I would love to have you, Dee. I would love for you to join us, and that use that link, grab that appointment, and you're in there. All right. That's about it. I think we did it, girl.
That's about it, girl.
All right.
Thank you
Well,
so much, Sandra.
thank you, Lera. You know I love you. And I'm going to find the name of that restaurant that Lera took us to, the Michelin star restaurant. Do you know the name of it, Lera?
B. Sam Cook 66.
BSANK.
COOK SAMCOOK 66.
Girl, SANCOOK.
SO B Sam SAM COOK 66.
66. Okay, there you have it, folks. That's the restaurant in Chiang Mai. I think I posted it. I just tried to send.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay, so there it is. If you want to have a Michelin star meal when you're in Chiang Mai for a very reasonable price, we have given you all we got. And so I will not see you guys for a while. It'll probably be, my next live will be a few weeks from now. So if you need anything, you know how to reach me, from lactolegacy@gmail.com. I'm happy to help. On that note, we are saying good night. See y'all. Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye. Kapulka.